Hi, it's another Tasty Tuesday on Kristie's A+ Cooking. This week's theme is K is for Kristie Sampler. I got the idea from Whitman Sampler. We used to give the cat would give this to Ken every year for Christmas. Today's featured recipe is my dad's fudge. He and my mom used to always make fudge, caramels, date surprise, and cinnamon rolls for their friends and family faculty at Christmas time. I've continued this tradition, but I've added some favorite cookies to mine. We're gonna go get started. This is my dad's fudge recipe. I melted a half a cup of butter and added a can of evaporated milk, and then I stirred in 3 1/3 cups of sugar. And now I'm bringing the mixture to a boil over medium heat. So you're going to continue to stir the candy mixture constantly and bring it to a boil and boil for exactly 3 minutes. And then we're going to add a pound of miniature marshmallows. Don't be confused because the small bags of mini marshmallows are only 10 ounces. So you could actually use 2 of those and it would work. So the mixture has been boiling for 3 minutes, and you're gonna add the marshmallows and stir till they're melted and continue to cook for 2 minutes. You can actually turn the temperature off. Just to remind you, that was a 16-ounce bag of marshmallows. The small ones are 10 ounces. So you're going to make sure that you have the 16-ounce. At the end of 2 minutes, you're going to add remove from the heat, and then you're going to add the rest of your ingredients. The marshmallows are all melted, and now comes the time to add a 12-ounce bag of semi-sweet and a 12-ounce bag of milk chocolate. And again, you're gonna stir, stir, stir until those are all melted. And then you add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. The reason you don't add the vanilla until the end is because it will cook out if you put it in too soon. And the last thing we're gonna add is about a tablespoon of salt. I never measure unless I need it really accurate. And that's getting nice and smooth, all mixed in. So we're gonna butter the dish. This is my pan that is specifically for fudge. It's like an insulated cookie sheet, and I love it. You're gonna make sure all the edges, you need to butter it nice, and then you're ready to pour. Now we're ready to pour it in the pan and let it cool off. And the best part is licking the pan. My dad always put chopped nuts in his, but there's so many people that have nut allergies that I add nuts on top on some pieces. So we're gonna spread it out, and then we're gonna move it to a cool place. I always use my garage in the winter because it cools it off pretty fast for at least an hour. So it's ready to take out to the garage where it can cool off and set up. My fudge is all set up. I put it out in my garage, but you can just leave it on your counter to cool off. And here, I just like to put them in little papers to serve. And I do have to share one fun story about my dad. He would always place the pecans on the fudge. And one Christmas Eve, he was getting ready to serve it, and he noticed that a few of the pecans were missing, and nobody would confess to it. And finally, Rebecca, my niece, confessed to it, and I should have confessed because I'm sure I stole a few pecans off. But my brother-in-law, Mark Butler, made the best comment of all. He said, "You can wreck your dad's car, you can mess things up, his house up, but don't mess with the pecans on the fudge." Thanks for watching Tasty Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.